And we're live. So welcome to the TADHack Revisited, where we'll be chatting with Grzegorz from T-Mobile Poland on his presentation in building a successful local developer ecosystem. Martina's going to join us on a separate hangout because of the joys of corporate IT blocking Google Hangouts. But hopefully we can get that sorted when she gets home and is able to use the full services offered by the internet. But Grzegorz, again, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. Let's get down to the questions that were sent in. So question 9 through are yours on the weblog. So how did you find and choose your partners?
To be honest, it's pretty easy because they are coming to us, and we don't have such problem. The only issue which we identified is that there are not so much companies or people who are skilled in JNC technology, and also those who knows telecommunication. And this is the issue which we identified at the beginning of our cooperation model, of our cooperation, and this is what we had to learn our partners.
Gotcha.
And this is some kind of the learning ecosystem.
Understood. Now, how did you go about? Did you do a joint project and from that discover, or did you have like sort of an interview process?
In Poland it works like that, and I suppose that it is in most of clients like tier 1 telcos, that we have companies, small, medium, large companies who are trying to cooperate with telco.
Yeah.
And also, we know those people, and this is kind of the relationship, and also having such partners in portfolio. Yeah. And taking that into account, we know with which partners we are able to deliver the solution, and based on that we are defining, okay, right now for this project we are sending a RFQ for those 3 partners, because we know that they have guys who are skilled in such area, and we are trying to select one for delivery of the solution.
Gotcha. So it really is understanding your partners in that level of detail as to what people and skills they have. So that's really
definitely. And from our perspective, because we prefer to cooperate with smaller partners, not to have huge overhead. For me, important is to know what kind of the skills people they have, and even though I know each individual guys, developers who are on board, and we know with whom we will cooperate, and also during the RFQ process or CR process, we are defining who will be part of the team, and cool. Yeah, this is really important.
Yeah, I agree. It's all about the individuals, the people. So that's really good advice. Now, do you collaboratively define the services, or does T-Mobile define the services only?
Mostly we are defining services, but we as a T-Mobile, I working for technical department. I'm not defining services myself, but I'm translating either business requirements, like marketing requirements, to technical requirements, also some kind of the regulatory requirements.
Yeah.
And right now, this is the most common case. We have end of life, end of support of legacy platforms services, and if we decide to implement such service using open technology, we are translating requirements from current system to new system, and this is the most common source of requirement service. But if we have partner who has some idea for service, some maybe innovative solution, we suggest to contact our marketing, our business, and if marketing is interested in, we can work with them, and mostly we are starting with some kind of the proof of concept trial, and then we can go further.
Excellent. Okay, that's key. So it's really ensuring that marketing is an integral part of the process.
Definitely, we don't want to spend time, and we cannot spend time just for playing. We have to do that for our clients.
Understood. That's good advice. And now specifically, what type of services are you building?
Because our unit is since the beginning responsible for voice services, like IN services.
Yeah.
Most of our services are related to voice, but also we are implementing some kind of the value-added services and also web services which integrates with web layer. As example, like we can give you some virtual attendant, the web application which integrates directly with telecom with network, and this is kind of the service.
Yeah.
It looks more or less, it looks like that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a popular one because of the development in terms of speech recognition, this sort of all the work around sort of artificial intelligence, or just, shall we say, smarter algorithms, and being able to then enable voice-enabled services on top of that. And we've talked about it, Ian, for over a decade now. It's just finally great to see these services start to be launched and played with. So that's good. That's good. And on question 13, I guess, how do you work with marketing? Is there like, do they just pass you business requirements, or is there like sort of, because technical requirements and business requirements can influence each other. Also, regulatory requirements can be quite significant as well. Is there like a sort of feedback process to refine the business requirements into something that's implementable technically?
This is quite interesting because a few years ago, it could looks like you specified right now that marketing is coming, delivering requirements and saying, okay, please do it for me. Right now, it doesn't look like that because from one side, we have a much complicated world and not everything can be clear for non-technical guys. On the other hand, we have lack of resources at different level. And from my perspective, like partners are coming to us and asking what can do for us. We are going to marketing and we are asking what we can do for you.
Gotcha.
And this is some kind of process that we are trying to find the solution, the service, the application we can build for marketing without so much effort. What will be interesting for them and gives our customers value. And this is kind of the I don't want to say decision tree, but we have to spend some time for deciding, okay, now we are starting our job.
Understood. Okay. So again, it's very much a sort of people-centric process in working with marketing people, in having that sort of educating them around what is possible, and also getting them to feedback what they're seeing in the market that will help them sell more or meet their specific targets.
Yeah, this is not only work with marketing. There is also work with our solution designers, architects. Because from my perspective, the important is to show, okay, guys, we are here. We have our ecosystem, and we are efficient. And this is kind of the promotion, internal promotion, that if you'd like to do something, you can do that with us.
Gotcha.
We are a reliable partner, and we can deliver that, and we can prove that. And this is the way how we are trying to work with our organization.
Interesting. So you're showing the efficiency of you as a development resource to get them maybe to look at doing things differently in terms of
Yeah,
product and service.
exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, that's very good advice. One question, and we had several people ask this, is why do you use system integrators for maintaining the service rather than the developer of the service?
This is a really important topic for me, and I'd like to spend more time on that because from the perspective of tier one telco like T-Mobile is, we would like to have some kind of assurance. We would like to have SLA, and my management cannot fully trust to small companies because because of some problems and so on. That's why they prefer to talk to bigger partners.
Yeah.
I don't have problems with bigger partners, but I don't want to mix those two rules. That system integrator is responsible for operation maintenance of the platform.
Yeah.
And I have partners. I have partners ecosystem which can deliver the application, the solution on top of the platform. Mm-hmm. If I decide to do that with system integrator, they can try to lock the ecosystem.
Exactly. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, this is the situation in Poland. In TMA, they have a little bit different approach. You can talk to Martina later on.
Yeah.
I suppose that those two models are possible because in case of TMA, they decided also to give delivery of services to system integrator. But they have to spend some time for caring about having right balance between partners.
I understand. Mm-hmm. So the way you're doing is the system integrator is operation and maintenance of the platform. Yeah. So when the service is live, it's part of the platform, but you still have these smaller developer partners that are responsible for the service creation and the service development. So as new features or functions, it's still with the small partner. So it creates that separacy to avoid the system integrator trying to lock you in.
Exactly. And this is also very important because partners knows their rules, their place, and they are not trying to cover whole area. And this is also really cool from the cooperation perspective because I don't have problems right now to have telco with 3 or 4 partners and talk and they are able to talk to them between each other.
Exactly, because this remains time and time again lock-in a big issue, especially when marketing have new requirements or change their mind, which happens. And as you discover or your competitors do something that influences how you launch a service or how you evolve a service, to have that flexibility, yet being able to work with partners that, as you say, your executives trust and know have that confidence that the partner can be, that the platform will operate at the reliability that they want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Martina mentioned a 2.5 times saving compared to just business as usual services. Do you see that sort of saving in taking the approach you're taking versus the sort of more traditional approaches?
Yeah, definitely, yes. I cannot state what average value because it differs from project to project.
Yeah.
For instance, last project which we decided to do at SDP platform, it was exactly 2.5 less than doing changes in SDP. But I had also one use case when it was 6 times cheaper.
Yeah.
But definitely yes. Money is really important because we have really challenging market and we have to care about this topic. but also time to market.
Yes.
It's really, really important, and maybe Martina could tell you later on. We had last time a case in TMA that we had to agree CR with partner, and they were able to do that in 1 week.
Excellent.
So you can imagine how to do that with in a regular project with a big vendor.
Yeah, months at least. And that I think when I look at a lot of operators that have tried to create their own team and build their own services, they can behave in that sort of relatively fast change in a week. But the problem is that service then becomes institutionalized, and the organization almost becomes it becomes hard to justify as a cost. Because as the team grows, yes, it's supporting that service, but it's a significant cost to bear within the organization. And what you're showing is, I think, a very interesting middle ground where you're still able to achieve change requests within a week, which is almost like having your own internal team, yet you've still got that separacy, so you've got far better cost management.
Yeah, definitely. I have my personal thoughts about having internal development team. No, it's fine if you are thinking about that, like playing with development and so on. For some time, it's fine, but we have to take into account a few important topics. First of all, company changes, like organization changes, like the staff can be decreased, and you don't have you cannot omit that. The other stuff is that if people are doing that internally, there is the problem with business continuity, because the guy can decide to leave company. And if you don't have the documentation, you don't know what to do with that stuff, and you have to again find another guy who understands what was there, and it will be never-ending story. And the third topic is you are not able to react for increase or decrease number of projects.
Exactly.
You are not so fast because you have to hire people. Then you should fire people, and it's not so easy.
Exactly.
Right? In such mode, okay, we have some small developments like proof of concept and so on, but it's minority. We are not doing that at daily basis. If we would like to verify some concept, I can take 1 or 2 guys who can sit down and do something in 1 month. But we are not doing that for regular projects.
No, that's a very good point. I think that and shows that with your sort of open development ecosystem, it's really focused on launching. Well, not just launching, but operating sort of core voice-related services. So this is straight in front of the customer, and also I think it's recognizing the challenge that you have within an operator is just how averse telcos are to investing in value-added services. I mean, if I would associate one word with value-added services when I'm working with either vendors or with telcos, it's can't. We can't do that. It's such a negative environment when it comes to this, and finding the right recipe so that you can launch new services, as you mentioned, the virtual attendant, which I think will become a big category of services in the future. So that I think is a great example. So just because we're marching on in here on time, how many people are working within T-Mobile Poland on the open development ecosystem?
It is our team. We have let's say more or less 6-7 people.
Cool.
We have but we have different roles, like we have one guy who is responsible for continuous integration testing and so on. We have one guy who is responsible for service creation environment. We have guy or rather girl responsible for business analytics. We have different roles, and we are trying to manage that in such a way. But we have awareness of the rules, and we know how we are going to deliver the solution. Also, what is important that in past, when we talked to big vendors, legacy vendors, we had to spend a lot of time for preparation of requirements.
Yeah.
Because we had to specify really carefully and precisely what we are going to do. Right now, we are preparing Excel sheet with a list of requirements, and we are sending to vendors and asking, guys, how much mandates you require for that? How much it will cost? And it's not millions of euros. It's like 80K or 120K euros for development of full service. And if we are talking about such money and time frame, I don't want to say I don't care, but I have less problem with having small CRs, because it can happen.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point, because I think the whole traditional RFP, RFQ process frustrates both sides. Because it's always the RFP appears just before Christmas or some other vacation, and then the vendor then has to spend all that time preparing it, and then there's all these negotiations, discussions, and especially if you can keep it down in those sort of around 100,000, it's still building a revenue earning service, but it's doing it in a very efficient way. That's a great point. Great point there. And just to wrap up, what new services are you working on, or if you can't discuss that, where next for your open development ecosystem?
Right now, okay, maybe not talking about exact exam, but right now we are in a phase of legacy service transformation to SDP platform. This is my personal achievement, that our executives understood that this solution is accurate for migrating crucial services. They are not treating that like small platform for doing niche services. It will be, and it is right now, main call control platform for our future services, and this is the time and the period where we are. Of course, we are starting to thinking about our future and what to do as a next step, and how we would like to design, deliver services in the future. And this is another story.
Yeah, no, I understand. But that's excellent to understand that all the legacy value-added services that have been built up through the decades are now getting migrated onto a single open environment.
So
that, I think, is a great achievement. So congratulations on that, and thanks so much for your time. We've almost, well, we are up on time. So thanks so much, Grzegorz, and hopefully we'll get Martina either later today or tomorrow. And when I get Martina on, I'll ping you as well, just to see if you can join us for that call as well. Okay?
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you very much, Alan, and see you.
Yep, see you soon.